Hi all. Right, welcome back. Enemy Action Kharkov, Soviet Solo, Take 2 Part 43. No, 44, sorry. 44. Okay, so we did have a look. I just left the cards lying out from the last part. But what we might want to do next. Not the first cards, because we need to move the pop-off unit first. So we could do the pop-off unit so that then we can move the first cards. It's either that or the 40th Army. Not sure what I'm doing with them yet. As well, can't really work out any kind of plan here. I feel like I do mean these Rouse units moving down. I mean, like I say, coming in the flank here. Maybe I want to use them and put a stop to that. And I mean, we did think about heading them up toward and try to take out that second SS unit. And then if I've got all them out the way, then this area is ours. You know, even if the Rouse units do eventually come back. I don't know. They need to be able to trace reserve supply, etc. So, yeah. So I think probably the 40th Army is the more important one, but it's either that or the pop-off and move at least one guy out of there anyway. Not quite sure what else we're doing. Might want to try and help this guy out. I don't know. They activate again. You know, I mean, maybe we can stop them from putting a big force. I mean, they can still attack from the 1 hex, I suppose. I mean, and we lost 2 pop-up units as well, so yeah. I mean, the other thing is the reserves there. I mean, we could deploy him. We've got a third tankman as well. Well, that's gone and came and gone. Yeah, I maybe didn't think about that when I activated the third tank. That maybe I should have deployed this unit. It's about the strongest unit in the game, well, from our side of things anyway. Yeah, and maybe strongest unit in the game, yeah. And if I want to try and get them as a free deployment, I've got to wait until turn 7 starts. We didn't get the Stavka card there as well, so clearly it was one of the 2 cards left behind, unfortunately. Because might have considered using it to deploy. Because what else? I mean, we're not really getting aggressive, so that might have been a better. Yeah, that's annoying. We never got it. Well, okay. Well, the third tank unit cards have gone now. We've only got. That's our last set of cards. So only one we could deploy. Well, 40th Army unit and the pop-off unit. But if I deploy the pop-off unit, it means I can't do nothing with the first guards. And it frees up the pop-off units. So, okay, let me go and think. Okay, I think I've decided on the 40th Army. The full army card rather than the units. I did think about it, but I think we probably should have a go at this guy. We can get 10 to 2, so we can get 5 to 1 odds. He's a 3-stepper. We can get him surrounded. How many chip pools would it be? 1, 2, 3. It'd only be 4 chip pools. But remember, he's only a 1-step unit. All we need is D1 with him surrounded, and that's him done. So, I mean, yes, there's possible combat tactics, but no, air power is the 69th Army card, but I'd like to keep that to activate them again. Artillery's first guards army. Well, I've got plans for that, and I've got plans for the Popov. So it leaves a units card, which is NKVD, 40th Army units card. What does that do in attack again? Didn't like the defensive option for it. If attacking, if at least 5 combat chits are drawn, increase German hits by 1. First 3 hits incurred by the Soviets must be satisfied with state loss. Yes, it's kind of good and the bad, but how many chits? I would only bring 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, I would bring 5 chits along. But it increases the hits by 1. We only need a 1 hit on them. Yeah, I think that's a waste. But that could be the wrong thinking. Right, okay, so what are we going to do? Well, if we're going to take this guy on, the best we can do with that is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I was just thinking about getting him surrounded that way, but that means these guys are back. Nah, it doesn't really make much odds, does it? Oh, hold on. If I do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, he's still surrounded, isn't he? Yes. Okay, that's good. It's just to try and get them more advanced, rather than, have one of them back here surrounding or one of them back here surrounding. So I think that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, got to remember that's a 3-step. I'll keep him on top because of these guys, that does still mean he's surrounded. And if he retreats, wherever he retreats, he's going to take a step loss. Okay. Right, now what else? What about the other units? So we've got a full stack in here. 2 4s and a 3. And then we've got, I'll bring him at the top. Ooh, he's a 3-stepper as well, isn't he? So, I'm not sure, we've now left Kharkov empty, which might not be the best idea. I want to be able to be probably, can we, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, we can get up to him. For a 2-stacker, because we do have the units card still left, it's probably going to be the mech unit, because I don't think these will reach, will they? 1, 2, 3, 4. So hang on, we could get to, did I say there? 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just, obviously, we've got a 40th Army units activation that we could still use within the turn. Obviously not next impulse, but next again. And then that would give us, that's 8 in it, yeah. 8 and another 11, 19 to 3. That's quite a good number. 6 to 1 odds. That seems pretty good. We're still leaving Kharkov empty, however, we've got the mech unit, we could possibly just chuck the mech unit in Kharkov. Are we frightened of Kharkov being empty? We maybe should be, but... Right, so 1, 2, and then that's just minor river. 3, 4. And then these 2 guys are joining. And then, like I say, we're now proximate to this guy. And that's us showing some red stars. Well, we do have one activation of the 69th Army still to come, but as we know, they're on a bit of a go slow, aren't they? Ooh, he can actually go. Well, do we need to worry about that one? Or this one for that matter. They're not going to burst right through there just now, Kharkov itself. Do we need to be... Don't think we need to be terrified of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I mean, there is a gap down here. Just checking that last. Oh, no way. Look at this. See that last action that the core Rouse units just activated, advance. It gave them 2 extra movement points, and they followed their movement arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that's kind of scary. And of course, I hadn't seen that card yet. The fact it was getting additional movement points. You know, you're looking saying, well, he can't reach Kharkov. But there you go. That card, that action card. I mean, okay, the likelihood of. I'm pretty sure there's probably only one of the cards. Well, maybe another one still to get shuffled in, possibly. But and it's in the discard pile just now, and there's other cards. But I mean, it might be a little time before I decide to. I think that's decided where that mech unit's going actually, because I'm not awful sure. I mean, well, I mean if we do leave it in Kharkov, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, that can stretch up to there, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, okay, can't quite. Yeah, I kind of want them to be able to reach there, don't I? Yeah, I kind of do. Well, if we're going to consider moving these 2 stacks on this guy next turn, then next chance we get, or the end of this turn sometime anyway, then they're going to be sitting around about there. Can we get surround actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably not, eh? Yeah, that's annoying. Does that mean that it might be wiser? Nah, yeah, then you're bringing a lot less strength, aren't you? Then I'd only be bringing 4, 8, 11, 16 to 3. The odds would drop to 5 to 1. And I'm taking this risk where, well, I mean, I'm saying he's the risk on Kharkov though, am I? Well, would we be able to put this guy in a position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? If he moved to there, then 1. I don't think it's not so easy to get up round the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. To be honest, his best bet would be 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm not so sure I can get that guy surrounded anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because you're going up round the woods. So that's not going to be possible anyway. So we'll leave that to the infantry. I mean, I suppose suggesting that this could do that advance action. It does stop when it reach. What did it say? It's in the discard pile there. Stop when movement allowance spent, or upon entering a Soviet VP hex, or a hex adjacent to a Soviet unit. So I could game that a little bit by just putting them in a place. I mean, even just there. So that's 1, 2, 3. If I put them there, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it has to stop there. So that does pretty much protect Kharkov, and does that not now let us have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adjacent to here and here? Okay, I think I like that better then. I know it looks slightly risky in leaving Kharkov empty, but you know, these German units aren't going to. They're not going to be able to come down. I mean, I know this is only a 3 infantry unit. Well, you know what? They might move on that. It's possible. I mean, they do have a 3 infantry unit just there as well, and this is only 3 strength and all. yeah, I did think about maybe boosting that up a little bit, but I've got my aggressive head on again, thinking ahead about taking these Rouse units out. Okay, you know what? Let's go with that. And we're going to get an attack in this time. And come on, let's be a bit more friendly. Even Martin thought that last combat the Germans had was rather brutal. They felt like they couldn't have really done any better with the chip draws. He said it was good to see the Germans attacking though, and it was. I said that back. I said it was actually it was good fun. It's actually good fun doing that. But I'm still trying to, I do still want to try and perform in the game, and yeah, like I say, if I say win, there's going to be an asterisk beside it anyway, as probably most of these games are going to, unless you're that special person out there that has played this game right through without making an error. Okay, right. Yeah, so we're going to attack here. You sure, Grant? Well, not really, but... So 4, 8, 10, 10 to 2, 5 to 1 odds. Good odds, we're not getting as many chits, so it's only 4, isn't it? Yeah, but the good thing is, like I say, we need D1, because we've got them surrounded. And it's 4 chits because this guy's a 3-stepper, so 1, 2, 3, 4. He is surrounded. Like I say, we hit D1, and wherever he goes, he has to take a step loss. So I think I should take my chances with that. I don't think we need to push a combat tactic. And I've kind of got all the cards a job to do anyway now, so yeah, okay, right, let's hope the German combat tactic doesn't let things down then, so here we go. Assault coordination attack only. I'll take that. It is going to shuffle back in though because it's not going to apply, which is, well, not so fine, but well, it means they're not getting in here just now anyway. So 5 to 1 odds, 4 chip pools, only a minimum of 1, but all we need to see is a D1 from that 1 chip pool, and then that'll do us. We're in support, got them surrounded. It is infantry against infantry. We've got them flanked, it's a clear hex. Yeah, it's not set in stone, I know. Right, okay, I'll go and get the minimum 1. Well, just keep you running then while we do it. And see if we can get just a D1 in. Right, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Here we go for that one. Large attack. Oh no, this could. Oh no, maybe. Oh, 7 to 1. Of course, we know there's large attacks with 5 to 1 on the back, but there's a large attack with 7 to 1, so it doesn't apply. We're only drawing 4 chats, so it doesn't apply. Actually, that reminds me, I'll need to remember the Germans they just had their first attack that time. There was a large attack chip, but they only need 1 less. They need, I think it's 6, don't they? So you know what? There's some other condition to that large attack, isn't there? What the heck is it? Applies when at least 7 combat chits are drawn in Soviet attack, or at least 6 are drawn in German attack. I thought there was another condition. That is just in the player aid, so let me just have a glance at the rulebook. Combat tactics, that's chip draws, large attack I'm looking for. Where are you? There it is. Applies to Soviet attack, which at least 7 combat chits are drawn, German attack, 6 combat chits are drawn. Okay, there's not. Could be something from Ardennes that I'm thinking, or possibly the other solo game of this that I've maybe read. Like I say, I've been reading through the rules a bit. Yeah, getting ready for that. Well, still a ways away yet, I think. Well, hopefully. Still enjoying this. Yeah. Okay, so, well, we're going to draw all 4, aren't we? There's no point. Yeah. Okay, so I'll get the next 3. Okay, we've got what we need, but still need 1 chit. This was 8-1 on the front, and this was the second chit drawn. Less than 3-1 in the back. We've got a 5-1. It was, less than 3-1 on the back, no priority. So as long as we don't end up at D-1 here, just keep this rolling while I grab this last one. Oh, large attack, well it's not. Oh, that'll do. Yeah, there you go, 5-1. Yeah, that's one of the not so good ones with the A1 and D1. And that's why we realised back a while ago that having 5-1 and having a large attack was more beneficial than having like 4-1 and a large attack. Okay, that's good. Perfect. D2. I won't mess about. I've already said he retreats 1. He's got to retreat, and then when he retreats, takes the step loss. And I don't even need to stretch up to that eliminated units box, because this guy's going right into the box, because he was a permanent 1-step unit. We'll get rid of them, put them in the set aside cup, get rid of that. Advance after combat, probably not. He was in there, wasn't he? We had him behind, yeah, so that'll be a no. Yeah, they're both infantry, so yeah, that's fine. And yeah, that's our impulse done. Well, that went pretty well for a change. Yeah, and now we're set. Like I say, the only sort of dodgy part is maybe leaving Kharkov empty. I feel like it's protected enough, and it was just to stretch that extra hex to be able to be proximate to these 2, which I don't know if that's good thinking or not. Right, this is getting discarded. We now have only 4 cards left. No new cards to draw because our draw pile was empty. 22 minutes gone. Sounds like we could squeeze a German impulse in here and maybe have another short episode. Depends what happens. If they activate 3rd Corps, or even 2nd SS, or even 48 Corps, I suppose. It might be a bit longer than I'd like. Well, no, like I said, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed the 2nd SS impulse as well. I mean, okay, we had that, and then we had the 40 Corps, and then we found out we were making some mistakes, but mistakes that you need to know, you know, if you're reading them the wrong way and whatever. That it was 2 that I was reading the wrong way. You might be out there saying, well, I never seen it that way, Grant, but it's just maybe sometimes I don't know, I seem to be able to, like I say, English isn't strong with me, so I think sometimes some things are written that I just maybe pick them up wrong, you know. I see them in a way that nobody else can see them. Anyway, but it was good fun doing that. And then, even like I said, this was good fun. It was savage, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it out. And we found and I'm really glad I found that. I've not heard any other comments. Martin commented on this battle, so it must mean he's watched some of that episode. Unfortunately, I'm guessing he would have seen my note in the header, because I don't repair that until the next again part, where I blatantly leave something in danger. Well, something's in dangerous surround, and do we not bring this unit down to? Yeah, it's these 2 guys are in dangerous surround. I mean, get this guy out by moving him down. I don't see it at first, so I'm glad I spotted that, or we would have been. It would have been fixable if I'd known it now, because this guy ended up coming and doing what I'd got this guy doing. And then once I found out he should be around here, this guy actually come down to surround there. So yeah, that's another point actually. We could have. Well, we've got. Is it a full activation first cards? It is. Well, there's another possible use of the first guards is to go up, come adjacent to that guy to give him supply. Yeah. Okay, good. So next activation, more than likely pop off. Next activation, we could go back to 40th Army, or if not, First Guards, sort that out, sort this out, and then finish off with First Guards. And I've got 69th Army as well. Right, yeah, looks like we know what we're doing to finish with. Well, maybe we know at the moment, but let's draw a German card and see where that takes us. Okay, next German impulse. Okay, 57th again. 57 Panzer Corps. He wants to deploy. There's nothing to deploy. He wants to repair. However, he's wanting to repair 2 steps. And I initially looked up there and you can see there's 1. And I don't think... I'll just zoom right out, and then I'll stretch up. This guy is full strength. And this guy is full strength. Well, they're 2 steps, shall we say. They're not 1 step, and this guy is 2 steps as well. And that's all they've got, so they're not going to do that. They're going to activate, because they need to be able to do at least 2. And they've only got 1 that they can do in the eliminate units box. Just double checking about. But we looked at these guys. It wasn't that long ago we had an impulse and moved this guy down. And there was only 3 of them. And remember, it was only this guy that activated because it was a camp group card. But however, okay, so we can't do the replacement. This is on turn 1 to 4, we ignore that. Activate all units in the core. So 1, 2, and then that guy up there. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay, so they're spread about quite a bit, so I'll just leave the camera at a long range for just now, and get my play rate. Action steps 5 to 7. Right, if behind Soviet lines, no, they can all trace supply, so that's my wee check for that. Move to VP Hex, and they'd move to German VP Hex only if it was, or should I say move to non-Soviet VPX, only if empty or garrisoned and Soviet unit proximate. So yeah, he's not going to, with nothing proximate to this. We still don't have any proximate to this. He made sure that wasn't going to happen. Right, there we go, try to save the ears there. Yeah, so that wasn't going to happen. The only movement we did make recently was the 40th Army, but that's all over to away over up north. This is another one, but yeah, there's nothing proximate. And that guy's actually 40th. Well, the 40th Army guy couldn't have come across there as well, could he? And 3rd Tank can't come across there, and it can't reach either, Grant. So. Shall we move on? Yeah, I think we should. Right, draw 2 action cards. Right, well, let's do it then. Why not? 1, 2, is what we got. Forward attack, bold attack. So 7 and then 12. So bold attack first. So a situational strength greater than or equal to 1.5 to 1, so it's not a lot. It's active unit stack, yeah, in ascending order. So order of the units is, this is 1. He can't attack anyone, so that's not happening. This is 6 and that one's 7. So we can have a glance at 6, but he's on his own, so yeah, he's 2 strength. He needs to be attacking something with 1.5 times. This guy's 2 and dispersed. The command of the card is a 3. I don't think he can even get round though to that. You know, it might have been, because I'm assuming disperse going to give a... Yeah, disperse gives a -1. So that would take it to 1. Mind you, hang on, you can always only have a minimum, there's a minimum situational strength of 1. So this would be 2 against 1. Yeah, Grant, that's 2 to 1. Okay, so it's alright, man. The small odds, they throw me. So yeah, I guess that's a potential target then, because that is a 1 because he's dispersed. But breaking zone of control, no, you can't. There's 6 army units here. I can't get through the here, and I've not got movement to get round. Yeah, stop, Grant, stop, please stop. Okay, so no, there's no bold attack from him. The other guy's going to be the same. He's a 2 strength as well. These guys, this guy and this guy's a 3. But again, like I say, if the command card had been a 4 or a 5, that would have gave a -1 to these 3s. But I think it'd need to be a 2, wouldn't it? Because that's 2 against 2, so it's 1 to 1. We need 1.5 to 1. And by the way, that's where situational where they get a +1 for having a supplied Soviet unit adjacent. Defender adjacent to supplied Soviet unit. So he's going to get a +1 for that. So is he. There's no any -1s. They're all supported. -1 if they're unsupported hex, admittedly. But remember, we put the forward support marker there, so. But I think it was maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was a good idea. Yeah, that's a point. We probably do want to have a go at that guy just before the end of the turn, don't we? Just to benefit from that forward support, because I don't know if we might not easily be able to put it back up again next turn, or maybe we don't want to as well. But I don't know. Right, so yeah, no bold attacks, and I'm pretty sure the next one, it's just because of the way the units are. They're all spread out. They're on their own. Forward attack, 6 units on strand, active unit, and okay, unit stack and other active units. So that one does bring them all in, but they're all spread about that. Yeah, I'll just zoom out again and show you where they are. He's up here, he's here, he's here. They can't mount an attack together on anything. And get 3 times, they can't mount an attack on anything together. So, no, we're going to put that one away as well and just try and save a bit of time. And move on with the next action step, which is 5. Move to hex that removes dangerous round from a German unit in hex and Soviet support. Or, we need to look at this one again, because indeed, I just read this recently, and my concern was the second SS guy, and what do you know? This is the situation here. So move to hex that removes dangerous round from a German unit in hex and Soviet support, right? He is not in dangerous round, he's surrounded. He is in a hex and Soviet support. Or enables supply trace from German occupied hex. Now, I know it doesn't have it in brackets there, but in the rulebook that says regardless of support. So it wouldn't care if he was in support or not for the supply trace part. For the dangerous round, yes, but not for the supply trace part. So, so I think he's going to go and help him out, which is annoying. But I did think that we would probably get that before the end of the turn. So I'm going to take, I'll just take that away, and we'll leave the IP counter in the hex, just in case we need to move it back. So move to a hex that enables supply trace from a German occupied hex. I've just skipped out the dangerous round part there. So if he goes here or here, he enables this guy to go into here and then away with supply. Okay, not reserve supply, because that doesn't work. Putting units adjacent, he cannot trace reserve supply while we've got him surrounded. But if the German unit appears in here or here, he can trace normal supply. So both of the hexes will give him supply. So the preferences are lowest numbered position hex. Well, none of them are position hexes. Hex adjacent to Soviet unit. Well, both of them are adjacent to a Soviet unit. And then easternmost is this one. So as long as he's not breaking any restrictions, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and he's unlikely to be in dangerous around himself, I think. So, yeah, now, like I say, whereas before this guy couldn't trace supply, he can now trace into here, even though it's a Soviet zone of control, there's a friendly unit there. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the road and away. Yeah. Don't cause Soviet proximity to enter garrison. Yeah. Don't cause any German unit in hex and Soviet support to be put in dangerous round. Not from him moving to there. No, that's not. And then he's not ending in dangerous round himself. Yes. Okay. And don't cause surrounded Soviet unit to be unsurrounded. No. Okay, so that's right, I believe. You said that a few times though, and it's been wrong, Grant. Okay, good. Right, so that was... Oh, sorry, I maybe jumped ahead where we should be doing this, and he's the only one that could do it there. I was in descending order anyway, so he was the first one to act because he's selector number 7. So we can now look at this guy. Maybe, I don't think any of them are, well actually dangerous around. But here's the thing, he's surrounding a guy already. So move to hex and removes dangerous round from German unit. In hex and Soviet support. Well, these are all in Soviet support. We know that these two guys are still in dangerous round, I think. We had a bit of a job. This guy can get into there. Yeah, we can get a guy into there. We can also get a guy into here. And we can also get somebody into here. Yeah, well, and here if we wanted, but... So that does put this unit in dangerous round. He's Soviet zone of control there, Soviet zone of control there. Yeah, and this guy is the same, yeah, because he's got a unit either side. However, they can all trace supply. Remember, they can trace through their units and away, so that's not a problem. So these two are in dangerous round. However, I'm not so sure he can help. I don't think he can move away though, because I'm thinking the movement restriction of don't cause surrounded Soviet unit to be unsurrounded is going to stop him, I think, unless, however, if he went 1, 2, 3, because he's crossing the minor river breaking zone of control, 3, 4, yeah, that's the best I can do. Does that help any of the guys? No. Don't think so, does it? If anything, it would be this guy, but no, it's the guys coming along this side, I think. I would need to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can only just reach the same as that hex, can't I? Yeah, none of that is helping them out, is it? And, yeah, well, go back to your restriction, Grant, because if you move away around here, I think this is why I was thinking this would be possible, because we're not letting this guy out of surround. he's surrounded just now. We're not allowed to go away across here, because then he's not surrounded anymore. It's a restriction. But I could have went out and into there. He's still surrounded, and if that had helped, but it's not helping. So move to hex, remove dangerous German hex and support, or enable supply trace from German occupied hex. Yeah, is there anybody else? And no, it's just all the guys in there. Like I said, although 2 of them are in dangerous surround, I can't help them out that way. But supply wise, that's fine. Yeah, well, I mean, if it's only they 2 that are in dangerous surround, the rest are going to be able to trace supply, aren't they? Okay. So I guess I'll move on from that one. That was action step 5. 6 is move proximate to empty Soviet VP hex, if not already proximate. I think the restriction is going to hold this guy here anyway, isn't it? Move proximate to empty Soviet hex. I mean, there is one there. Well, in fact, there's this one here as well. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he could actually move to a hex that was proximate to this and this. Move proximate to empty Soviet VP hex if not already proximate. But as soon as he makes one step away, he is then removing dangerous round from that. Don't cause surrounded Soviet unit to be unsurrounded. So we can't do that. So we'll move on. Move to hex that causes surround of Soviet unit. Yeah, well, he's already doing that. Yeah. Just wondering about. There was something before about if you were surrounding a unit and you weren't adjacent, you would move adjacent. Move to hex that causes surround of a Soviet unit. I don't know what I'm thinking. I mean, we are adjacent anyway, but it's just I want to say that if we were in this hex but still surrounding them, say there was another guy here or something, then I think there used to be something that wanted you to move adjacent. That maybe just that was in our den and it's not been required anymore. Already adjacent. Yeah, I'm looking at 10.54 again, page 22. Already adjacent during a German attack. It's just during an attack action it's talking about there, isn't it? Just saying that if you are adjacent, you might well move to another hex adjacent that gives you better chances of certain things, you know. Okay, not sure I'm getting my thinking of that one, but however, he is adjacent anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then step 8 is if not adjacent to Soviet unit. Well, do we need to read any more? Move closer to nearest Soviet unit. Well, I read it, but so no. And then I'm forgetting about the guy way up the top, am I? I'm just looking at this guy. Right, I'll need to step back a bit. Right, well, we know that he can do none of that, and the last step's remove dispersed. Yeah, I forgot we had one more to look at, and yeah, he'll more than likely make a move. Put the camera in a better place. Okay, let's have a look. So what had we've been checking step 5. We've drawn the action cards, yeah. Step 5, move to hex that removes dangerous round. Well, he can't help out anybody there. Move proximate to empty Soviet hex, if not already proximate. He can't do that. No, there's nothing anywhere near him. I'll zoom out a bit. That's Soviet hex, VP hex. 7, move to hex that causes surround of Soviet unit. No, he's too far away from all that. However, step 8, we've been here before, so we'll do it right this time. If not adjacent to Soviet unit, move closer to nearest Soviet unit. Okay. And yes, well, but we're not getting adjacent to them, so preferences are adjacent to Soviet unit. We can't do that. And then the next one is an empty position hex or a garrison position hex. So we're actually well, you know what? I mean, I don't think I need to count hex numbers out there, do I? I mean, they're probably all the same. You know what? You know I'm going to count them out, don't you? I'll not put you through the pain, right? Okay, it's 14 hexes to every one of these, and I'm wondering here if it's because of the hex row. You could work that one out. Don't know if, because this is hex row 20. Hex column 25, and that was hex column 11. Well, there you go, 14. But hang on though. It can be 14 if I come away down here. Please tell me it can. That can't work, surely. No, it can't. How does that work then? It must be dependent on how far you go down the column. I'm sure somebody will know how this works. But I mean, it's 14 from here to here, and it's 14 from here to here. But however, it's not 14 from here to there. That's a kind of maths thing, isn't it? That's not even simple arithmetic ground. That's a math thing. Some of you guys will know how that works. I wasn't very good at school at all, really. But anyway, I done all right anyway. Okay, so 14, yeah, all right. So we want to get closer than 14. We've got to achieve that, or we're not actually carrying out the action. And we can't get adjacent, so we're looking for an empty position hex. He's also, if he reaches that within hex within 3, his core members there, so yeah, he's not going to get to that. And then he just wants to be closest to the nearest Soviet unit. Okay. So, but crossing this is, that's a Dnieper one. Is that even? Oh, that's an entire movement allowance to cross that. That is that, Dnieper River, yeah. And yeah, that's the one that we've got blocked hexes as well, where you can't cross it at all. Entire movement allowance, right? Well, we'll not be doing that, and we'll have to go across the bridge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe there. I mean, that's a position hex 2, but surely that's closer. Yeah, well, come on, Brian. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm just going to target that hex, and we'll just look at the preferences. So adjacent to Soviet unit, no. Empty or garrison position hex, yes. It's an empty position hex, right? Within 3 hexes of a unit, same core, no. I couldn't achieve that if I'd wanted to. And then closest to the nearest Soviet unit. So it wants to get as close as possible. So stopping back here is not what I want to do, because this one's closer. I don't even think we need to count any more than that, do we? I'm just moving this guy, come on. That's it, surely. Right, now he did come out of a city. However, he's not leaving that city proximate to a Soviet unit. Or leaving a Soviet unit proximate to the city. If that's probably the right way of putting it. Okay. Yeah, so he carried out that action, and like we said, down here, this guy couldn't find anything to do, but he's doing a good job here anyway. He's surrounding these units, and at the moment, these guys are going to go out of supplies unless I do something about that. So there's that. Right. Okay. That's it. Get rid of that 57 Panzer Corps card. And okay, and there's a quick look at our hand just for the next turn. Next impulse anyway. And I think that's the order I'm going to play the cards. At the moment, the Germans might change that. Pop off, get something out of that hex on the map edge. I don't know what else. Possibly strengthen this town, I would think. Oh yeah, there was talk of maybe trying to help this guy out from a possible attack again. So yeah, I might move something up to there. And then after that, the first guards to get 2 things done. Get a unit along in here that we can just leave and forget about. Well, hopefully. And also, in actual fact, maybe they might help on this side of things with this guy too. But more importantly, get somebody into one of these 2 hexes so that this guy can true supply. And then 40th Army units card. I won't zoom in away along there, but my plan is to probably go for this guy while we've still got forward support up there. Try and do that. And then finally, 69th Army card, basically just to get these units up over the river just. And then next time, well, like I say, next time I can't even reach. I can get next impulse. I could reach Kharkov. I say Kharkov. And that'd be that. So sounds like a plan. Right, 51 minutes. Another shortish episode. So I will put this together and get it uploaded. And I won't have reviewed it yet. I've been leaving a wee note in the header. You might have noticed, basically saying I haven't reviewed it yet, and then I'll delete that once I get around to it, and it lets me get them up there, and yeah, it lets mistakes come to light before, sometimes long before, it takes me to get around to them, and it's lots of different eyes on them. Yeah. Okay, right, I'll be back with the next part shortly, guys. Okay, cheers.